Hi guys, welcome back to Rumi's Life, or welcome if you're new. And today I'll be talking to you about 10 ways I personally save money at college. First tip is that I don't buy any textbooks because most of my classes don't require a code. So like, for example, if I do attend a class that requires a code, I will buy just a code, or there's always some other ways. But usually I don't buy any textbooks because I'm not going to use them again, and I'm not one of those people that references them back, so there's no need for me to buy textbooks. It's only one time use. A lot of people don't know this, but you can rent out books from the library. Did I just blow your mind? I think I just blew a lot of people's mind. On campus, you always find me at the science library building in the chem building because they have free textbooks for my math classes, at least. And I was able to find all my math textbooks at the chem library, so I don't know. And you can rent them out for 2 hours for free, and I feel like I'm a lot more productive if I'm in a different environment, or if I'm in a consistent environment where I always do my homework. I feel like I'm a lot more prone to getting everything done, and if I know I have a time limit of 2 hours and I know I'm going to work for the 2 hours, or I'm going to work hard for a short duration of time, rather than just slacking off and just taking forever and doing homework. In addition, if I ever need to review something for a test or something, I just go online and just search up my textbook PDF, and I can just pull up a PDF version of most of my textbooks, and I can just use that to reference. Third option you have is that you can use this thing called interloan library, which actually, for example, if your library doesn't have it, it asks other libraries around, other university libraries, and sends the textbook back to your library so you can check them out for free. So that's kind of really, really nice. The only problem with interloan library or UBorrow, is that UBorrow, and I'll link them both down below, is that you actually can't renew most of the books, or if you can renew, you can only renew it for one more time. So for a whole semester, it's just not long enough. But what I did when I used interloan library was I rented it out from one school and returned it, and then I rented it again from another school and returned it. So I actually had the textbook for the whole time. The fourth option is that you can actually ask friends who were in it last year, and you can pay a really low price, or if they're your close friends, you might be able to rent it from them for free. So that's another option that you have to save money on textbooks, because I know especially at least my textbook, for example, math, it gets super, super expensive, about $200, $300 per textbook. So saving these couple $100s really help out in the long run. Second method to saving money at college is you can also opt out of a school meal plan. Opt out of school meal plans to save a little bit more money, because yes, they are really convenient, but they are oftentimes a lot more expensive than making your own food. For example, pizza there is $8 when you can buy it here, when you can buy your own frozen pizza, a whole box for $2. So you can definitely save a lot of money this way. So the third way I use to save money is that I actually don't buy any notebooks or pens. And you're so what do you do to take notes? Well, most of the time I take notes on my computer, so I don't even need paper and pen most of the time anyways, and it's a lot more convenient to organize it in a drive as well, because then you can access it anywhere you are. But if I know sometimes scientifically proven that it's better to use pencil and pen sometimes, so what I do is I just collect all the free pens that they give you at different booths and different events everywhere on campus, and I just use those. And I use a back of a syllabus or something. You just accumulate a lot of scrap paper that you can use. You can also take free printer paper from your school library. That's another option. But I just use the back of the scrap paper to do homework and take notes as well. Another thing I do is I use this thing called Rocketbook to take notes as well. The only thing is it is $30, but I haven't bought a notebook since senior year of high school, so I guess in a way you can save money. The only thing is it is a little bit more expensive than the other options, but it saves money in the long run. And the good thing about these is that you can actually take notes and send it to a different Google Drive, so everything is on air and it's erasable. For example, I'll take I don't know if you can see it, my math notes and I'll select the button below, scan it in, erase it, and use it all over again forever and ever. That's why it's called an Everlast. If you're interested in more information, I will link some information below, and I might make a different video on it depending on what you guys want to see. Third option to save money is that when you go grocery shopping, to use grocery shopping's like credit card or like a little reward system, also using their mobile app to coupon ahead of time or look for coupons so you can save a little bit more money that way. Like I know I right now go to Kroger. I'm not sure if you guys have Kroger, but around here Kroger's a big thing, so I have their app. So before I even go there, I can look on what I want to buy and like coupon. If there's coupons, I know exactly what to look for, and their weekly sales are also on their mobile app. So I think that's super helpful, and you can save a lot of money in the long run. I know I did this back home with a different store, and we ended up saving as a family like over $200. And it's usually stuff that you want to buy anyways. Like you never want to, like, if it says like buy 10 to get the 11th one free, like I never do those kind of deals, just because like if I'm not going to use 10, then I'm not going to buy 10, like you never want to spend money that you weren't going to spend anyways. You just want to spend money on stuff that you were going to buy anyways, if that makes any sense. So this might be a little bit strange, but I don't use paper towels or tissues because I think they're overpriced. So I just use toilet paper instead, just because like it's a little bit more better quality, or it comes in a box, a lot more expensive. I think it's not worth it. So what I do is sometimes I go to like so for my job I travel very often, so I'm in a hotel a lot, so I just take those free hotel toilet paper too if I want to save extra money that month, and I just use those. But right now I'm very fortunate because my roommate's mom actually has membership to Costco, so we can buy like bulks of like toilet paper for a really cheap price. So that's what we do, and I just pay her back. Shout out to her. Okay, so we're over halfway there. The sixth one that I use to save money is that a lot of subscription services offered college student discount. And some people don't know this, but like I don't know how you can't because you can say it's like 50% off for students. For example, like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Prime, they're all really cheap. And especially like the Spotify for students, that's like $5.39 a month. It comes with Spotify Premium and like free Hulu subscription. So I don't know why you wouldn't. Also, if you have, and like all you have to do is use your student email to sign up. I mean, the obvious way is to not have these kind of subscriptions, but if you have to, or if you want to listen to music without ads, or like have that luxury, then you should definitely use the student discount. And I'm not sure why, but like a lot of people also have like gym membership, even though we have free facility on campus. So like I don't know, man. Some people are like, oh, I don't have any money, but like that's because you spend like $200 a month to go to a different gym when you can go to the on-campus gym for free. Like I don't know, man. So you can definitely save up money on your monthly subscriptions. The thing is, another subscription or another service that offers student discount are like sugar daddy websites. So if you're really trying to find generate some extra cash, you can use sugar daddy websites too. And if you use your school email, you can also get a premium account. Just so you know. Yeah, I was just joking. Be safe on there. No judgment if you use it, but really be safe. I'm not endorsing it or anything. I'm just giving you options. So the seventh way you can save money is by having a roommate. The more roommate you have, the more money you can save. Because like obviously like you're not going to use your kitchen and like your living area and like your laundry area all the time. So like it's fine sharing it with another person, and also it's just like a really good way to save money on rent and just getting that living cost down. So I highly recommend getting a roommate or roommates because it's a lot cheaper that way. For example, like my friend, she has a single, she pays over $1,000 a month. I have a double, like I live with my roommate, so we pay like $600 a month. And my other friend who has 3 other roommates, she pays about $400 a month, and my other roommate has 5 roommates, and he only pays $300 a month. So you can definitely figure out ways to lower those living costs with more people. 8th option is taking the bus to school, because I think driving on campus is really stupid, just because you would have to pay money on gas, you would have to pay parking passes, and you have a possibility of your car getting towed or ticketed. So that's just right there, that's like, you can save like over $200 a month minimum by just taking the bus to school. And also it's just better for the environment as well, just because, you know, less carbon emissions, whatnot. And it's also a good opportunity to network, because I've found like some really cool people on the bus. It just gives you an opportunity to, like, you know, chit chat and meet different people outside of your major and your interest, just like random strangers that happen to like help you out in like some ways you would never like so definitely take the bus. It's less money in terms of like car insurance, as well as your car lasts a lot longer, so you don't have to repair as much. You know, overall like taking public transportation, not just buses, but like shuttles or whatever public transportation your school has, is a lot better. Like, or walking to school, or like, you know, riding a bike to school is a lot better option than driving a car. Number 9 is don't buy expensive computers that you don't need. Because, for example, like, I know a lot of my friends are like, oh, well, I just bought a new computer for like $1,500. Like, you don't always need a Mac, you don't always need like certain computers, unless you're like comp sci major and it requires you. Like, I know, like, I have like business classes or business and computer classes that require like certain platforms, but school libraries or have like a lot of different computer labs and different computers that you can use, so you don't always have to buy an expensive computer. A good alternate to an expensive computer is you can get a Chromebook, and those things are only like $136, and it still does what it needs to get done. For example, you can still send emails, you can still do homework, you can still do assignments and everything that needs to be done, but it just doesn't cost as much, and obviously it doesn't take as much space. And since everything is on a Google Drive, wherever you go, it comes with you, so it's already downloaded. It's also virus free, and literally there's no downside to having a cheaper computer like a Chromebook, other than the fact that it has a lot of negative stigmas around it. So I think I'm all for Chromebooks. Like, I personally like enjoy using computer lab computers, just because I feel like I'm a lot more productive when I'm in a different environment to study than an environment where I sleep. For example, if you're in a computer lab, you're a lot less likely to use like social media platforms or YouTube to watch. But then if you're using like your own personal computer, those kind of distractions are available to you. So I feel like personally computer labs are a lot better option to get stuff done. And lastly, the best way to save money is to not go out, because drinking costs a lot of money, partying costs a lot of money. You know, when you go to parties, you have to buy new clothes, or, you know, those things just cost a lot of money in general. And like, when I say don't go out, it also includes like traveling, because like whenever I travel, it obviously adds like a lot more money into my budget. So like, you don't always have to fall under peer pressure, because like I remember like when I was my freshman year, I would go do stuff that I wasn't fully 100% in, just because, but I still went because I wanted to, you know, fit in. So never fall under pressure. Like, if you're trying to save money, if you're trying to like budget, then you're allowed to say no to certain events. Like, I know, like, for example, like at my campus, like football games and basketball games cost money, but like soccer and volleyball and diving and swimming, like those kind of games don't cost any money. So just finding creative ways to, you know, still have fun while saving a little bit more money is always a good choice. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of times, like, college students especially just feel like they need to spend money to have fun. That's not necessarily the case. So that's it, guys. That's the 10 method I use to save money at college. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I hope to comment down below what kind of videos you want to see next. And see you next time. Bye.